At this point in the world, Star Wars is one of the biggest franchises ever made. And I don't think anybody can really argue with that, especially like in the movie genre. Like, I mean, you could argue video games and stuff like that, but no, just straight up movies, like trilogy, stuff like that. There is hardly an argument to say that there's many other things bigger than Star Wars, because there isn't much, really. Like, at the end of the day, there is not many things bigger than Star Wars. And I have never watched it. I don't think I ever will at this point because of how big it is. And the reason why I don't think I'll ever watch it is because I think that it is rare, more rare to find a person that's never watched Star Wars compared to somebody who's watched all of them, let alone one of them. And that is the reason why I don't think I'll ever watch Star Wars. And I'm not a person that's like that boycotts Disney and everything they do and everything they buy. No, I mean I loved watching all the Marvel stuff. I still rewatch it to this day. I mean, our family has a Disney Plus subscription, so it's not like I hate Disney. I mean, Disney was a huge part of my childhood too, with shows like Liv and Maddie. That's a story for another day, anyway. But like, I'm not a Disney hater. I'm not, and I'm not gonna hate on what Disney's doing. And I know Star Wars wasn't originally made by Disney, but I just feel like at this point, I want to be that group minority who's never watched Star Wars compared to people who has. And also at this point, I'm a nerd. At the end of the day, I am. And at this point, I'm letting myself explore that. I'm not holding myself back. I'm literally just being a nerd. Like, literally, look, I have two posters up. One's Pac Man and the Ghostly Adventures, which is like a childhood TV show of mine, and one's Super Punch Out from a retro from the Super Nintendo. Like, I'm hanging up posters of that now, not afraid to show what my true passions are and what I really like. So Star Wars, you'd say, oh, that's kind of would kind of be right up your alley. I mean, not saying Star Wars is just for nerds, and not saying video games are just for nerds. I'm just saying like Star Wars would be something I'd like because again, I like watching like Back to the Future. I love Back to the Future trilogies. I love trilogies. I like series of movies. But at this point, Star Wars is just the show. Again, like there's less people who haven't watched Star Wars compared to people who have. And also at this point, I think I'm more motivated to watch Star Wars than I ever have. I've been getting so many TikTok edits of just Star Wars, and they're so cool. They're so fire. And I just really want to watch it so I can understand what's going on. And also, Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, was a huge part of my childhood. Like, I never beat the game, sadly, and I've never really gone back to it because, again, it's not based on a property I like. But I had it on my DS, and that was the only game I had on my DS. And I think I just replayed the first level because I was a kid and couldn't figure out how to get to the second level. Yeah, I know. That's just also a story for another day. But I'm not a Star Wars hater. I'm not. I'm not going to be that. I really have a lot of respect for what the franchise did, especially with Lucasfilm. And I know Disney really hasn't made amazing movies with it, but that's not really the point of this video and me diving into that. It's just saying like at this point I don't think I'll ever watch Star Wars. And I get like why Star Wars has such a fandom though. I really do. And I know like the first three movies are kind of like a slog to get through, but it makes the uh three after it so good. Like if you watch it like in order. That's what I've heard. I know it might sound like I've watched Star Wars, but I promise you I have not. I have no idea what the characters are, what their names are. I don't. But and I know I'd really like this franchise and I'd really get invested in it. And it's a really cool franchise that's widely accepted by a lot of people and you really don't have to find a niche group to talk about it with, Star Wars with. And I feel like that's also a pro to it. Like it's such a big thing. Like Marvel. A lot of people go and watch every Marvel movie. It's not just like for nerds at the end of the day. So I really have a lot of respect for what the Star Wars franchise has done and how big it is. But at the end of the day, I just don't think I can watch it. I don't think it would be just for me to watch at this point. And I know what you're probably thinking. Like, come on, just sit down and watch it. Nobody cares at this point. Why would nobody gives a crap if you watched it or not? And you're right. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a crap. Like literally, nobody does. And if I want to watch it, you should be like, hey, we'll just go watch it. Nobody's gonna care if you've watched it or not. But also, it's a pretty big time investment. And I know a lot of other movies are, and this is just me bitching at this point. But at the end of the day, again, I just it's gonna Star Wars is gonna keep growing. It's not gonna stop. And I feel like when they release more movies, more games, it's just going to keep getting bigger. And again, the less and less and less the people who haven't seen it. So at this point, why would I switch it up and go in a different lane, I guess? Because I want to be like kind of group minority who hasn't watched it yet, you know? And usually I don't feel this way about things, but this point I do. I don't know why. And we'll get to the lesson for this video. Don't let people tell you what you can and can't do. I think this is a huge, almost problem in our society now where things are pushed to be weird. And I don't like that. Not whatsoever. Sorry, I'm looking at my OBS and kind of realizing the camera's blurry. Sorry, already filmed the video. Not going to refilm it. And I really, really hate that in our society now. How people are, when you're being weird, I don't get it. I don't understand why things are labeled weird. Why are sports not labeled as weird? And I love sports. Sports is probably my favorite thing in this world. I love sports. If you can't tell by my bed, Michigan State. I'm a huge Michigan State basketball fan. Love them. But why is that just considered as a normal thing that you should do and go out and do compared to like chess? Like people who do chess. And again, I also love chess. I love playing chess. I love learning about the game. I like following the game. But why is that considered weird? Or like, yeah, like video game merchandise. Like, look, I mean, I've gave you guys the room tour before, but I literally have this Pac-Man cup. Like, it's fire. It's awesome. I love Pac-Man. My whole desk is themed as Pac-Man, and I'm not really gonna wear like a Pac-Man shirt in public. I'm more of a plain guy. I don't really like to wear fly shirts that really stand out, I guess. But why? I just don't get that. I don't get why people shouldn't feel the need to press down what they really like. And one of my friends still does this to this day. He still does, and like I mean, some things that he'll admit that he likes, but again, they're like things like Star Wars, Marvel, things that are so huge and broad that everybody can kind of get behind. That you'll say, yeah, I like him. I watch the movies a little bit, but never really saying that you're fully invested in them, that you really enjoy them. And I just don't get that whatsoever. Just go out and be yourself. Because at the end of the day, you being fake is going to put you in a fake friend group with people that really aren't your friends. And again, they could definitely be. Again, my best friend does that all the time. He's super fake around other people because he wants to present himself as this person that's normal and just is a good person. When again, always be a good person. At the end of the day, that's what you did. But being normal is, again, people say this all the time, and it's just so overused. But being normal's worse than just being weird and quirky and out there. Go out and do your own thing and make the world a better place the way you see it. Don't hurt anybody, but you being weird, you following your passions, trust me, will lead you into good, great places. Don't hurt anybody, don't break the law, but go out and follow your passions because at the end of the day, you only got one life. Make it worth living. So yeah, that's it. I'm probably never gonna watch Star Wars. So yeah, that's about it. As always, have a great day.